It's me again, and another video here about the different offerings we have at our library system. And this time, instead of talking about Hoopla, and just to show you that Hoopla is all things movies and TVs and ebooks and that kind of stuff here, which you can get free and stream with your library card. Always a good deal. I am going to mention or talk about that we also have magazines. So this here is the homepage for our library system, Nioga Library, and it's Nioga, NIOGA.org. And you would look for the same, and I can't touch the screen again, but this same button here on your library's home screen. So let me go ahead and actually tap that. So if you're interested in magazines, and I'm again going to go ahead and put my glasses on so now I can see better. And you can see we have a nice selection of magazines, and you can actually scroll side to side through there. But before we can do anything, we do need to sign up for RB Digital. It's recorded books or reading books digital. But the nice thing that we have is with these three, there's actually an app here for each. So if you have an Apple, you have an Android, or you have a Kindle, you can tap the appropriate button and it'll actually take you right to the store to get the proper app. So let me go ahead. This is again an Android. So I'm going to go to the Google Play Store. And when I tap that, let me actually tap it. There we go. It actually pulls up the Play app. So now I'm off the internet and into the app, and it goes ahead and directs me to the correct one, which is great because like I mentioned with Hoopla, you want to make sure that you're actually getting the official apps. You're not going to pay for anything. You're going to register with an email address, a password, and your library card number. So that's important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this, and we're going to come back after I open it up. We have now gone ahead and installed RB Digital, and I'm going to tap the open button. And again, this would be much the same on an Apple device. You would see much the same thing. So let me go ahead and tap open, and the screen starts up. It starts off with RB Digital. And let me turn this here. And this is our opening screen for our magazines. So let me see what we've got. And it does say that we can either log in to register, or if we are new to RB Digital, we're going to hit the little register now link below there. So when I tap register now, okay, it says step 1 of 4, I have to choose a country. So let me go ahead, and the top one, it does go by location, so it says USA. And then it also does say choose state after that country. And so if I tap the state, it goes ahead and we'll go to New York State. And then it goes, the third button here says choose a library. I know you can't see that very well. That's okay. We're going to choose a library. And again, it's going to look for a library kind of based on your location. But this one, it does say that I can actually tap and search. So I am going to put in, okay, and actually, okay, so I put in what is my home library. My library card is for the Newfane Public Library. And when I put in Newfane, nothing actually comes up. So let me back out of Newfane. Let me try Nioga. Now, this becomes again important because with RB Digital, it looks like, and this I will show you, that when I tap in Nioga, it does go ahead and actually give me the library system. Sorry about the focus there. So it won't focus. That's okay. It won't focus. Hey, you know, this is adaptability. Things happen. But just trust me, it says Nioga Library System. So I'm going to go ahead and tap Nioga Library System. So in this case, no matter what your home library is, again, if you're in Niagara, Orleans, or Genesee counties, if you're in Byron Burgeon High, if you're out in Niagara Falls, if you're in the middle somewhere in Holly or whatnot, this RB Digital is for we type in the Nioga Library System. So we've got that. So now that I've got that, the last step here it says is create an account. So let me go ahead and, all right. Now I'm not going to, well, let's see. Will this focus? We'll see if we can get this. This is the screen, sorry. And there's all the information here. And sorry, we'll give it a second or two, see if it'll focus. But you have to put in your library card number and, oh, there we go. Okay. And you have to put in your library card number and email address, your name, those types of things. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause for a second here. I'm going to fill this stuff out. And then once we fill this out, we'll come back and see what kind of magazines we can get. So again, through the magic of, being able to pause and stop video, we went ahead and signed in to, I'm probably jiggling the screen, I'm sorry, so that's all right. But now that we signed into RB Digital, we are, it's going to ask us again some scary questions. Will you allow RB Digital, now we can back up a little, sorry, to access photos, medias, and files on your devices. And in order for the app to work, you have to say allow. So we're going to say allow, yes. And it's going to load. All right. And, oh, I have to agree. They have updated terms of service and their privacy policy, excuse me. So I have to say, okay to that. So I'll do that. And, now, okay, for the magazines, okay, so when I first open this up, this is going to be what is the equivalent of my bookshelf here. And I actually have a few magazines actually here right now. But if I wanted to get something different, what I would end up doing is I always end up looking for the magnifying glass. So the magnifying glass is up here. In this case, it's on the right corner of the screen. I'm not sure where it would be on Apple. It might be in a slightly different place, but let me just turn this around so I can see it. And I am going to go to, all right. So I just wanted to make sure before I said anything out loud there, but I'm going to go right up here to these three little bars. This is our hamburger menu over here. And anytime you see that, it means that there's more stuff underneath. So if I tap my hamburger menu, I apparently can't tap left-handed. That's okay. You have home, books, magazines. It says checked out, my account, help, and log out. So I'm going to go right down here to magazines. Let's see what we've got here. And it's going to load up. And we are in the again, the Niagara Library System. And then it looks like here I have a choice of, and it says here, 166 titles. So whatever I might be interested in. Now, if there was something particular that I was interested in, again, remember, I can always search for it by name or by category, or I can just pick something. And because everybody likes to eat, and I see it right here, there's a Cook's Illustrated magazine. So let me go ahead and take a look at that. And it looks like this is Cook's Illustrated. They have the most recent one out there from May 1st. So I can either simply go, if I know that that's what I want, I can go to checkout, or let me see, if I tap the actual magazine, I actually can go ahead and it gives me a description. I can actually view all of the issues that we have. So if I don't want this particular issue, as I try and drop my device, sorry. If I don't want this particular issue, I can pick a different one. But if I want to, I can simply go and check it out. But let me see, if I do hit view all issues, let me see what happens there, just to see. Okay. And it looks like there is, it says 22 titles. So for this particular one, it goes, looks like it goes monthly. So that's nice. It starts in 2016 and then it goes all the way up monthly, all the way through. So if there was something in particular that looked more interesting to me, I could pick that one, or I could pick multiple ones. So again, I'm going to go just for the most recent one. I am from here going to hit the little link underneath that says check out underneath the one that I want. And again, I'm just having a hard time doing that left-handed. So it happens. So now it says it's checking out the magazine. And okay, so once I check out this particular magazine, I actually get a nice choice here. If you want to basically subscribe to Cook's magazine, and I'll try and hold this steady so it'll come up, but it says, did you want to automatically check out the next title? And if I did want to do that, I can say, okay. Remember too, there's no fines, there's no fees, there's nothing to return. And I could do that if I wanted. So to automatically check out. If I don't want to do that, I am not going to check the box. I'm simply going to say okay at the bottom of the box here. So I'll just say okay. And all right, last thing to do before we can read our magazine, then we get it, is now that I've checked it out, I do have to remember to make sure I actually download it. That's there somewhere. There it is. All right. So I am going to hit download, and we'll give that a second or two. Now, I want to tell you, magazines are large files. They're glossy pages. You think, there are a lot of photos, all of that stuff. So actually, while I'm talking, let me see how long that'll take to download. My point of this is that ebooks, which are all just text files, will download very, very quickly because they're very small files. Audiobooks, anytime you have anything audiobooks or pictures like these magazines, it's going to take a much longer time than an ebook to download. How long? Depends on the strength of your internet connection, and it depends on how many people are on it at the same time, okay? So sometimes things go very quickly and sometimes they're kind of slow. So just keep that in mind. And so you have ebooks, which are the smallest ones, and then you would have things like audiobooks or magazines, which are kind of in the middle. Audiobooks can be really, really large because sound files are large files, but always the biggest ones are always video files. When you have moving pictures and sound, you're using a lot of the computer, the processor, the bandwidth on the internet. Those are really large files, so they take a little while to download. And actually, as I was explaining that, it went ahead and downloaded. And it says downloaded on there. So I know you couldn't see that because I just kind of flashed that in front of you. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I am going to go back. All right. So I am going to go back to my little hamburger menu, and it's okay if you can't see this real clearly because now I'm going to go back to what they call, well, I went back to home. Let me see. I'm going to go back to where it says checked out. Okay. So when I go back to, let me show you this. So I've got it. I went back to checked out. That is my personal checkout here on RB Digital. So when I do that, whoops, I just hit the screen. That's what happens. Here I am at checked out. Here's my magazine. And if I tap the magazine, it will now say read here in the green. And if I read it, it says opening the magazine, and is the magazine up here. I can flip through multiple pages down here at the bottom. I can actually increase or decrease the text size. I can change lots of stuff. Let me just show you an example of one of the pages that really is amazing. These magazines too are yours to keep. There's no fines, no fees, nothing to return. So it's pretty amazing deal. So I'm going to put this down, and I'll say thank you. Good luck. Happy hunting. See you in the next one. Thanks. And don't forget to visit your local library, and you can always visit nioga.org. It's NIOGA.org. Thanks again.